Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Shut Door or Door Shutter coming back with episode 59 of Direwolf20's 1.18 mod pack. And today we are actually going to get to work on some fusion reactor fuels, which is tritium, deuterium, and DT fuel. These three fuels are very important, but you need these two to actually make this fuel. So that's what we're kind of working on right now here. So we actually need lithium. Not liquid lithium, so lithium. So if we look up lithium, of course, we can get it from decondensating, or, this word. Decondensation, a big word, right? So we need the rotary. There we go. Should just be able to craft that up pretty quickly here. I actually want to grab a couple of these, I think. It's probably not the worst idea. All right, and we're gonna put one here and one here, pressurized tube, extract, insert, and we'll do toggle, toggle. Let's actually try to rotate this one here. There we go. And then of course, let's do fluids. Which direction would this be here? So let's make sure. Oh, and this is actually the incorrect pipe. Right? So let's actually grab a mechanical pipe, I believe is what they're called. Yes, mechanical pipe. Fluid, remember? I'm on wrench mode, remember? Alright, so I'll do extract, insert, and we can actually, just do fluids, insert, 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 that, and then grab a flux point, put that here, right? And then we'll smack some of these upgrades in here. Boom, 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 and boom. And then what we'll do now is, I believe, we'll grab some solar neutron activators. So we'll place one here, and we're going to place one here and here. I don't know if we'll be able to support 4. If we're not going to be able to, of course, we will figure that out. Real quick, I put the wrong pipes here as well. So let's actually fix that real quick while we're here. So mechanical. The actual pipes mod, for some reason, I'm assuming these multi-blocks actually break whenever their chunks are unloaded, and that actually affects the pipes mod, of course, because it is, what do you call it? It is just not like these, where it has like a specific setting saved. I'm not 100% sure though, right? So when the multi-block breaks, this whole thing breaks. So keep that in mind. Yeah, see how this is? See how that's broken right there? So we'll do that. Same thing here. But whenever it's connected to an actual other block that isn't chunk loaded, and that's not a multi-block, it actually doesn't break. It's a weird thing, but it happens. And we'll fix it. So multi-blocks, mechanism, not good for pipes. But almost everything else, right? So there we go. Everything should be flowing again. Liquid lithium should be being put back in here. And now we should actually be able to use the pressurized reaction, the pressurized tubes. I don't know why I was saying like reaction. Okay, so let's look at gases. So those are both input. Okay, and these don't need power, right? So that's good. So we'll do the same thing here. Extract, input, input. And then, of course, we are making tritium. This is our first fuel type here that we're making. And I think what we can do here is grab a quantum entangloporter thing. All right. And we'll actually set this here. And we'll say gases, this. All right. And we can actually just configure it using this. So input, input. And then what we're going to do is actually come down here. A little too much destruction up there. And we'll grab some pressurized tubes. We'll say output, output. All right. And then I don't really need to worry about this being pretty. Might as well. There we go. Okay. And then let's see here. So we actually need to set this. So we'll say trit done. Alrighty. And of course we'll just make that say input here. And then again over here as well. Alright, so input, so we want output. And then we'll do this, of course. And then just run that down like we had it over there. Not pretty, but that's fine. And we'll just say input just for my sanity a little bit there. All right, so we've got tritium filling up this internal buffer, which I actually don't know the internal buffer of this thing. It's got an anchor upgrade in it. That's all I know. And I'm pretty sure we have a chunk loader somewhere in here, actually. I can't remember the actual button for it. There's actually a button to open up the actual chunk loading thing. The chunk loader mod that I added. So let's see here. So let's go options, controls, keybinds, category, chunk. So C. There we go. We've loaded it. Perfect. That's what I was trying to worry about. All right, so everything should be good. And since this chunk wasn't loaded, that kind of supports the idea that pipes breaks whenever the multi-blocks aren't chunk loaded. So that's fine. The next fluid that we need to actually get is deuterium. Deuterium is actually quite simple compared to tritium because it needs heavy water. And you're probably wondering, how do you get heavy water? Well, it's actually really, really simple. And let's just do it right here. Well, actually... Where do I want to do this? Yeah, let's just do it to the side of this. We'll kind of keep it localized, right? So we need 2 water buckets and a hole like that. We need an electric pump, and of course we actually want this to face a specific direction. So let's actually do flux point there. Provide power. All right. And then in here, we're going to provide a filter upgrade. A filter upgrade is actually using 10 dust in the center besides gold or osmium. So it's pretty cheap, but you just toss this into here, into the upgrade slot here. All right. And we actually can grab a pipette, which I don't know if I have. I do. This little gauge dropper pipette thing. And we can just clear that out. Awesome. So now we are getting heavy water. All you need is that filter. That is all you need. All right, but this is quite slow, as you can see here. So let's actually grab another electric pump. Because I do want to be able to, keep the amount of fuel. So we've got universal cable. And then, of course, we need another filter upgrade, which I actually have plenty of because I made quite a bit of tin while I, was waiting. And, of course, this did just fill up because I provided it power, but that's okay. So let's take these out. Just shift right-click on them. And we can grab our pipette again to clear this out. All right, so there's more heavy water. Perfect. And then we can actually just grab another quantum entangloper, teleporter, entangleporter, whatever. I don't even know. These names, really. All right, so then we'll say heavy. Set fluid input bottom. Let's just input everywhere. I really don't know where this is actually going to be at with placement. All right. And we can actually just like go through the sides if we wanted to clear this. I don't actually ever use the configurator to configure the sides outside of the GUI. Like, it's weird that I don't ever do that. But all right, so we've got 2 of those. We might need more. Honestly, I don't think this is going to be enough. But for now, this should be somewhat decent. We'll figure it out if we need more. Alrighty. And now we can actually combine these fuels, right? So we need DT fuel, which is deuterium and tritium. The problem is, though, is you also need tritium and deuterium to actually run the fission or fusion reactor. So you kind of need to make a little bit more than you would plan, right? Because it's a 1 to 2, right? So it's a 1 to 2 ratio, and I mean, that's awesome. But at the same time, I'm hoping we have enough to actually do that, right? So let's actually grab, since we're over here, let's just do quantum entangleporter. Let's grab 2 of these bad boys. And what we can do is just set this here, and we can see if we have enough fuel for this, if enough fuel set up for this. All right, and then that was, so we set this one to trit. We'll set this one to heavy. All right, so we've got, let's see here. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't complete that setup. I'm a little out of it. Let's actually finish this. So this has been filling with the, well, actually it's been filling with heavy water. We don't really need this then. Right? So if we actually do extract, we actually need this, the electrolytic separator, which we can just set right here. We need that. There we go. There's the deuterium. So let's actually set this to heavy, right? And just say output. We don't want heat. We want fluids. I'm missing it here. There we go. So we want output there. All right, so now what we want to do is get rid of the oxygen. Just dump it. I don't really care. And then speed. And at mech upgrades, the energy upgrades. All right. And then once this is, we'll just make another one. We got the resources. I'm not really afraid. I'll change my mind. I don't have the resources. Alrighty, so now we have the quantum thing here. Now what we need to do is just say output gases. We want the blue, right? And we'll just put this on top. On top, we'll say det set. I'm going to delete heavy, okay? So we've got det, and what we'll want to do is say gases and put on the bottom. And we'll start making it, right? So now you can see that we kind of have the problem. We aren't making enough heavy water. Heavy water, while it's good, it's not that easy to make, I guess you could say. Because of how much you need. Because if we actually come over here, right, and we've got this both set to gases. So input, so we want output and output. And if we grab the chemical infuser, there we go. And we set this here. And we say gases, back input 1, and left input there. That should be working. No, because these need auto eject. So let's do that real quick. There we go. And why are you not working? Gases, auto eject. I don't think they're side specific. I don't think. You know, it might have helped if I actually set this to deuterium. Or deuterium, whatever. But there's DT fuel. And we're making some. Not a whole lot. To run a fusion reactor, I mean, we could do a pretty high burn rate. We don't have to do a high burn rate unless we really, really want to at the end of the day. So I'm fine with this, right? So let's actually set this down. And we'll say input, and then here. So we'll say front, gases, output, and we'll want this to be set to D-T. There we go. And gases, we'll just say input on all sides. All right. So we're producing it. Okay. That's awesome. Let's get power. Set that. Let's grab some app mech speed upgrades and all that. I don't think we need them for this machine because it might have them already. It does not. That is fine. All right. So now DT fuel. How is this stuff going? So we're completely out of deuterium. So sooner or later, the deuterium is going to just drop. Sooner or later. So we would not have enough at all to make a fusion reactor as of current. So I think it's time for overkill. Let me be right back. And I might perform some overkill, making some electric pumps here. Alrighty, so after a little bit here, we have a better deuterium setup, okay? This is quite a few electric pumps, but we are making it, and now we have both DT fuel, deuterium, and tritium. So I'm actually going to wrap up the episode short here today. I'm going to make the next few episodes a bit longer, just because, you know, they're going to be the kind of wrapping up. Because I don't know if the fusion reactor is going to be 1 part or 2 parts. You know, I'm just being real with you. I have genuinely enjoyed this series. I can't wait to start on our next adventure in, you know, a little while, right? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!